I'm John Kaiser at the Metals Investor Forum in Toronto, February 27th, 2026. I am here with NioBay Metals, speaking with CEO J.S. David. J.S., welcome to Toronto.
Thank you, John, for having me today.
So NioBay is one of my favorites because it's involved in niobium, has a very special project found in the 60s in Northern Ontario. The company acquired it about 6 years ago and has put an awful lot of work into it. I think it's a tremendous potential future supply of niobium for the rest of the world. Right now, it comes from 3 mines: the giant Araxá mine, a second mine in Brazil controlled by the Chinese, and the NioBay mine in Quebec. JS, are you aware of any other significant deposits such as James Bay that could come on stream if for some reason supply from Araxá ceased to become available?
Well, I would say there's 2 projects that we look at it. There's one in Australia, and there's also one in Africa. And the one in Africa, I know they have started to do some bulk sampling. But other than that, they are not as well advanced. And our let's say our position in Ontario with a grade at an average grade at 53% was very similar than the NioBay mine. Has a lot of potential. We have a lot of potential to increase the grade up there and the tonnage. So far, I will say we are in the best seat with our NioBay project. And don't forget the Crevier project. We have NioBay owning 27% of that project. Not that far from their mines, probably three hours drive, and it's a niobium tantalum project. And since it's I know, and people keep telling me that it's a low grade, but I'm from the OTCQB family when everybody was told us that we're crazy to open the Canadian Malartic mine at such a low grade. So for me, low grade, it's not a showstopper. A low grade, it's an opportunity to see maybe a bulk, a big tonnage mill up there. And we've been working for, I will say, last year and a half on the metallurgy, because you need to meet specific criteria. And Crevier, we're targeting the market for Crevier. We're not targeting the steel industry. We're targeting the high value niobium oxide. So people who wants to put their niobium oxide inside batteries, or a specific alloy for defense, or for the airplane engine, like Safran in France and others. So I like where we are. I don't like the price of stock, but I like where we are.
Clear, you're talking about Crevier, which is lower grade, as a potential source for this special type of niobium, as opposed to the ferroniobium, which James Bay would produce.
Exactly.
Roughly similar to what NioBay produces.
Exactly.
Now, you were in the midst of a pre-feasibility study, or were about to start one in 2021, when there were, due to opposition from the Moose Cree First Nation, you paused work. You recently got permission from the Ontario government in October to resume work with a limited winter program. What is the status of that? Is drilling underway now? When can it resume, given that it's only restricted to winter when everything's frozen?
First of all, we're in discussion with the government to enlarge our window. So for 2026, we're working, and we're having discussions to be able to drill outside the hunting seasons, because they do have a bunch of hunting season up there, maybe 2 or 3. So just to fit those seasons and to go there and drill. So we're in discussion for that. And again, the reason why we asked, and it's because we said, okay, let's do it in winter, because we're gonna have it's frozen ground, and it's gonna be easier. But at the end of the day, we can go there anytime, anytime. So 2026, we want to resume the drilling program. We're still there. We have a team up there. We have an office. We're working with the First Nation members. They have done less than 3,000 hours so far at a good at $85 per hours. So and those members are pretty happy, and they want to see something happen there. And by the way, there's members who filed a petition last Tuesday asking the chief for a vote for the project.
Okay. Now, Chief Peter Wesley published a letter in essence where he said, "We don't want you here. This is our land. It's not your land." And also, it's within the French River watershed, which is a pristine watershed that actually has clear water, unlike much of the Ottawa-Piscat area, which has a lot of sediment-laden water.
Yeah.
Are you inside the French River watershed?
No, and we proved it I would say 6 years ago. So we did a LiDAR survey, and we proved it many times. And we present all the work. But what can I say? I think it's a way to negotiate. I think Moose Cree First Nation has a lot of issues. One of them is they don't have a permanent road to go up there. Are they using NioBay to get that road? I don't know. I need that road. I would love to have that road. I would love to work with them to have a road. So we're still very open with them, and we want to build a long-term relationship. I don't want to have a one-shot deal with them. I'm working for the long term because I see the potential of this area.
Okay, so in 2020, the PEA had three scenarios. One was open pit,
Sure.
one was combined open pit underground, the other one was underground. Given the sensitivity of the situation, right now you're focusing on underground.
Yep.
But when I run the numbers with cost escalation, I see that you're going to need $60 per kilogram for ferroniobium compared to your $45 base case then and the $41 right now that Brazil sells it for. What can this drill program, what can you do to improve both the grade and the recovery of this deposit so that even at $60, it's in the money?
Oh, that's my point. It's this drilling program. We're looking to see at depth what can we have? Can we increase the? We saw very old historical holes at for let's say 75 meters at 1.1% average. So we're looking to find those spots and the recovery and even and you will say that the Crevier rock is not the same rock, but we have done a huge the learning curve on for the niobium recovery for us was just like that for the last 2 years, and we think that James Bay can benefit all the work that we have done on Crevier, and we can increase the recovery on James Bay. I'm 100% sure. So if we can find higher grades, and don't forget, we know that we pissed the chief at the time because we were looking to do an open pit, and for them an open pit, it's like Detour, but we're not gonna be the size of Detour. We have a plenty presentations showing that an open pit there and Detour, but we understand that they don't want to hear about an open pit. So let's go back. Let's work for the underground project. We know that we have ore at the surface. Sometime we can have the discussion with them to see how we can retrieve that mineral at the surface. But for now, let's work for the underground, because at the end of the day, this project will be like the niobium. We're gonna have to do an underground project at the end of the day because it's a pipe. So going you will do your pit and then suddenly you're gonna have to put a ramp, and go deeper.
Okay, so NioBay has been in operation for what, 40 years.
Almost 50 years. They
Almost
will
50
celebrate 50 years.
and they're now quite deep.
Yeah.
A question: how long do they have left? How many years before they deplete? And given what you know now about the James Bay deposit, carbonatite, how many decades of work at this similar 6,000 to 7,000 ton per day? How many decades of life could such a mine have at James Bay?
That's a good question. I would love to have a straight answer, but for me, yeah, we're talking about, for now, we have 20 something years, but when I was working at NioBay, I said, okay, let's find ore for 25 years and then 25 more years. And then let's try to find another 25 years. So I think we have in the same situation for that project. Telling the people that I have 40 years left of mine for now, I don't think it's worth. But looking and saying that we have a good solid, 25, 26 year first life, and then with a potential for more, I think that's something can.
Well, how deep has this deposit?
I don't know.
Drilled?
For now, I don't know.
No, how deep has it been drilled now? And are there plans just to do scout holes to see how deep is there? So that, I mean, obviously, ore produced starts producing 20 years from now doesn't add to the economic value.
Yeah.
But if there's a mine that's going to be a 50-year mine that's within driving range of the town of Moosonee, that would be of interest to a younger generation there, as opposed to the elders who are maybe you're not going to see the first 10 years of mine life. So that's why I'm curious, is this a potential long-lived, very strategic mine?
I will say yes, because it's a geologically speaking, it's a pipe, and we have drilled at the deepest hole is at 400 meters that we have solid information, and we know that we need to go deeper if we want to find out how much more. But yes,
So it's, I think it's a 40 million ton inferred and indicated resource that you used in the PEA.
it's I would say 35.
Okay, so and that's only down to 400 meters, and these can go to 1,000, 1,500 meters. Like how deep has the Nile had?
Quebec, it's kilometers, and you don't know when this can end. So the potential is there. That's why we're very patient, and lots of people said, work on something else. I said, no, we have a jewel. We need to just work around it and find a way to make it happen.
Okay. So the key is to be able to get in there, get this drill program done, look for higher grade sweet spots within it so that you can have a more optimized underground mining schedule to get the higher grade ore out up front. With an open pit, you don't really have much choice. Get material so you can start applying these new ideas that you've developed working on Crevway in terms of recovery, metallurgical processes, and drill some holes, deeper holes, just to see how deep does this go. Is there some fault that cuts it off at depth so that, what you see is all you're going to get? Or is there the basis for a 50-plus year mine life for what is basically the fourth or fifth largest deposit in the world outside of Arasha?
Yeah. No, it's on the list. Going, trying to figure out, okay, how deep we can go. That's on our list. But for now, for the short term, let's do what we had planned, and then we want to discuss with the First Nation to let them know, okay, this is the potential XYZ. We must go and have a look in this specific area, according of the information that we just got, and then continuing the work. And in parallel, The rock that we're going to retrieve from that, we will do metallurgical test work, and I'm sure we can improve the recovery, because the 75% we didn't push at all. That was the easy way, and but if we're pushing, and if we're just putting half of the effort that we have put on Crevier, I think we can see good numbers. Good.
Okay, so you've got a strategy to make this work even at $60 per kilo.
We do.
And all we need is for everybody to embrace a win-win solution so that drilling and the pre-feasibility level work on this project can continue.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, John.
I've been speaking with J.S. David in Toronto. Thank you.
Pleasure.